Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited about today's video. I am filming this in collaboration with Rose's Perfumes, and all of her information, her channel will be linked in the description below. And we put our brains together to come up with the sexiest, best winter fragrances for men. We each picked 5 of our favorites. Let's just get right into this video and we'll start with Rosie's picks.
Hey guys, and hey Erica, and thank you so much for inviting me to be on your channel. So today we want to talk about our favorite sexiest men's fragrances for the winter. I want to start with Male Le Parfum by Jean-Paul Gaultier. This came out in 2020 and I think it's a really good one. I really like the bottle. I will put it somewhere here. I think it looks very elegant, very classy. This has notes of cardamom, lavender, iris, vanilla, oriental notes, and woodsy notes. And I think this is a really beautiful one for the cold season, for the colder months. Also, I feel like this has a kind of a festive vibe to me, like a bit Christmassy or, you know, just generally festive. I think it's because of that sweet spiciness. I also get a little bit of like something like cinnamon and obviously the cardamom, like, which gives me that kind of almost like Christmassy kind of vibe. It also has a powderiness to it. It has some vanilla in the base, some lavender. I think it's a really round, very rich and sweet fragrance. I think this could be worn well to like something like the theater, something a bit more elegant. It does have that kind of sexy coziness to me, like it's quite huggable, very attractive, very nice and round scent.
So the first one on my list is Tom Ford Noir Extreme Parfum. This is a newer release, it is a flanker, and it is amazing. It's so much better in my opinion than the original. It's so much richer, it's bolder, it's sexier, and it is just iconic for the winter time. It's honestly one of my favorite designer men's fragrances at the moment right now. When I smelled it, I was so blown away by this. Amazingly blended notes like cardamom and orange and ginger. It has a little bit of florals as well. It doesn't really come through very strong with the florals, and it has a very rich, delectable vanilla. It really adds this beautiful creaminess that the original lacks. And it also has a little bit of like a leathery vibe, some guaiac wood, and it has some amber and tonka bean and cedar. It's very mysterious and alluring in a very sexy grown-up way. I think it's definitely on my list the best for a date night in the winter. Tom Ford Noir Extreme Parfum, amazing. And yes, I bought this bottle. I haven't opened it because I love it so much. I'm giving it as a gift, so.
Second fragrance is probably my favorite out of this list and probably my favorite men's fragrance for the cold weather. Oh my god, this is just so good. I'm talking about Spicebomb Extreme by Viktor and Rolf. This one has notes of vanilla, tobacco, pepper, caraway, and lavender, and this is just beautiful. It's deep, it's rich, it's sexy, it's spicy, you get that pepperiness, you get the tobacco, you get that vanilla. Yeah, these are like the notes that stand out to me. It's just a beautiful composition. It's really strong, it projects really well, it lasts well. I remember I smelled this the first time in the summer, like on a really hot day, and I actually didn't really like it that much. But now in the cold season, I think this one really shines. It's just amazing. I cannot get enough of it. Whoever wears this, I want to be close to that person. I really love that scent.
So for my second pick, I'm going to try to do a little bit more niche because Rosie has a lot of designers and I want to give you guys different options. And honestly, these are just currently my absolute favorites at the moment. So the next one that I have for you guys is Golden Dallah by Xerjoff. And this one, oh my god, stunning, warm, spicy coffee scent. This one is kind of like a spicy hazelnut latte, and I love it. I just recently picked this one up and I can't stop wearing it, even in the Miami heat. I know that this is a men's list, but personally, I like wearing more masculine scents, and I personally think that with this one, it does lean slightly masculine. But like I said, it's this amazing hazelnut spicy latte, but there's so much more to it than just that. This has a Cambodian oud note in it. Yes, coffee and oud, who would have thought? It works magically, this. This also has incense and cacao and tonka bean. It's just so good. This one also has a little bit of rose in it, but I don't really get that at all. It doesn't really shine through with the florals. It's just a really nice, sensual coffee scent for me. Totally unisex. Like I said, I love wearing this, but it does lean masculine. Golden Dallah by Xerjoff.
My next favorite is Sauvage Elixir by Dior. And this one has notes of cinnamon, nutmeg, cardamom, grapefruit, in the middle lavender, and in the base licorice, sandalwood, amber, patchouli, and vetiver. And this one is also a really good one for the fall and winter. This is a really strong one. This is a beast mode fragrance, super strong, projects super well, and you get basically the Sauvage DNA, but it is more, you know, it's warmer, it's deeper, it's much spicier. You do get that cinnamon, cardamom, pepperiness, you know. You get the nutmeg, you get the sandalwood. It's much richer, it has much more depth, it's much more appropriate for winter and fall. I think this is so good. It's probably my favorite of the line. Well, I guess it depends. I do really like the original as well, but that is more of a summer thing, I think, or more of a maybe casual or office scent, whereas this one is definitely a going out and cold weather scent to me. Also really sexy, really masculine, smooth, spicy, but still with some freshness. Very nice balanced scent.
So my number 3 pick is the masterpiece from Initio, Oud for Greatness. It took me a while to warm up to this one. I think that I was trying to wear it myself, and I just realized that I don't think that I'm the type of gal that can pull this off. But when I smelled it on a man for the first time, I was like, I am so in love with this fragrance. This fragrance is iconic, and as everyone knows, it's very hyped and very popular for a very good reason. It's so unique, and this is a perfect must-have winter fragrance if you want something that kind of pushes the boundaries a little, something that makes you stand out, something that doesn't make you smell like every other person out. And honestly, I think it's good for kind of daily wear too. During the day, it's not that heavy of a fragrance. It's more of like a fresh oud kind of fragrance if it's cold enough outside. Asterisks if it's cold enough outside. But definitely it's perfect for the type of guy that wants to be bold and wants to stand out and is super masculine. Of course, this has an amazingly strong oud note in it. It has nutmeg for a little bit of spice. It has lavender, which kind of adds to that freshness that I was talking about. And it has patchouli and musk, and it's definitely very musky. And I can smell the patchouli as well. It kind of has this earthiness touch to it. So Oud for Greatness by Initio.
So the next sexy men's fragrance for winter that I have is Dior Homme Intense by Dior, obviously. And this fragrance has notes of lavender, iris, ambrette, pear, cedar, and vetiver. And this is the most beautiful, like luxurious, elegant smelling, powdery kind of scent. Like it has depth, it has some vanilla. I get a little bit like of a kind of a licorice note or something like that. For me, it smells like a gentleman. It smells really elegant, you know, it smells very classy. I feel like this would go well with a suit. This would go well with somebody who is confident and who is maybe a little bit older already. And I don't mean like mature necessarily, but just like 25 and up or 30 and up or so. I think this is more of a evening scent, maybe like for events. And I'm actually somewhat surprised that this is such a popular scent, because I feel like it is relatively unique actually. I don't feel like this is the scent for everybody. Really a nice one.
So the next fragrance, my number 4 on my list, is Jazz Club by Maison Margiela, arguably the most popular fragrance in this replica line for good reason. It's so nice. It's very light, kind of boozy tobacco fragrance. It is a little different in contrast to the ones that I have mentioned before, because this is an eau de toilette, and I think that this is definitely the lightest one. But it still has a place in this list. I think it is very versatile, which is why I wanted to put it on my favorites, because I think it can be pulled off in just a number of different situations. I think it can easily be worn during the day, definitely be easily worn at night for a date. It's beautiful, it's a little spicy, it has pink pepper, it has a little bit of neroli and very strong rum note, a little bit of sage even, and tobacco and vanilla, of course. But it's not a heavy fragrance, like I said. It's just kind of It's creamy and you definitely get the strong tobacco, but it's not heavy at all. So it's really perfect if you want something that's a little bit lighter. Probably the most versatile on this whole list. Really great choice. Jazz Club by Maison Margiela.
And then the last fragrance I want to mention today is Wonderwood by Comme des Garcons, and this one has notes of cedar, sandalwood, cypress, pepper, vetiver, guaiac wood, acre wood, oud, incense, cashmeran, nutmeg, bergamot, caraway, and patchouli. And as you can already see by the notes and also by the name, obviously, this is a really woody fragrance. Actually, I don't even know so much what I smell the most in this fragrance. Generally, it's just a mix of different woods, and I find it pretty naturalistic, but at the same time, it also has this like sweetness to it. It's quite a warm, deep, very woody scent, and I think it's especially nice in the winter, like in really cold, crisp months. I feel like this really works really well. And for me, this fragrance kind of reminds me of cold winters in Berlin, because I know multiple people there that wear this fragrance or wore this fragrance, so this will always have that kind of association for me. I feel like it's a really smooth one. It's very round. If you like woody fragrances, if you like some sweetness but not too much, if you like your fragrances to be a bit more on the natural side. And this one also, in my opinion, really projects very well, because I always remembered people walking by. And by the way, I can tell if somebody wears this fragrance because I've smelled it so many times now. I think it's a really nice one also. By the way, if you're interested in checking out my own channel, I'll leave it somewhere in this area, and I'll leave my Instagram here also.
So the last one on my list, I don't have a bottle of this because I just bought Angel Share. This fragrance that I'm going to be talking about is called Apple Brandy on the Rocks by Kilian. And when I smelled this for the first time, it was just an instant love. Head over heels in love with this. I honestly might even like it more than Angel Share, but I just got the 15-year edition of Angel Share, and I don't think they're offering that in the Apple Brandy on the Rocks. So I do think the Apple Brandy on the Rocks leans a little more masculine. I feel like, to me, Angel Share is a little more feminine, and I think that Apple Brandy on the Rocks is the masculine counterpart. It is such an iconic fragrance. It honestly might be my favorite on this list. I love this fragrance so much. It is criminally underrated. Like criminally. It has cardamom and bergamot and a very nice crisp apple note, rum, pineapple, and brandy, of course, with some vanilla and some ambroxan and cedar in the base. And what I really love about this one is that, unlike Angel Share, which as we all know can get very cloying and very sweet very fast, this one is not like that at all. It's still sweet, but not in that cloying sense like Angel Share. And what I really love about this one, Apple Brandy on the Rocks, is that I don't know how they do it. It's amazing perfumery, but it literally smells like ice. It has this very icy sensation to it, and it really does just make you picture like an apple brandy on the rocks. It's delicious. It is so good, and you guys definitely need to try it. That's my list for you guys. My top 5 fragrances. Rosie's picks were amazing as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to click below in the description to go subscribe to Rosie's channel. She's up and coming and very good with her fragrances. So leave a comment below what you guys thought about this. If you'd like to see more collaborations with me and Rosie, I would love to hear from you. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.